Hi and welcome back to our channel, where we recap your favorite games for you. Today we will be recapping Uncharted 4. So without further ado, let's begin. As the story begins, Nathan Drake and Sam Drake are cruising in a boat. Their boat is passing through a crazy storm. Nathan tries his best to control the boat, however weather is unfavorable for them. Not only this, there are some boats that are chasing them. Nathan asks Sam to deal with them, so he starts shooting at them, but their boat smashes and Nathan drowned in the water. Sam tries to save his brother, but it all goes shady after this. After this, a flashback appears, in which Nathan is a teenager and lives in an orphanage. He fights with one of his mates, and a nun is scolding him for this act. Nathan tells her he does all this because those kids try to snatch his book, but he does not tell her about a bully. However, the nun is disappointed with Nathan and his brother's behavior. As she leaves, Nathan jumps from the window to meet his brother. He crosses all the buildings and reaches an office in which he heard that Nun is complaining to father about them. She is asking him to give up on these boys as they have dozens of other boys to watch over, but the father is not yet ready to give up on them. He offers Sister Catherine that in the morning he will talk to them. Father has hope that these boys will behave well one day. After listening to them, Nathan goes into another room where he finds his record file. Nathan reads it thoroughly, and after that, he again starts searching for Sam. As Nathan leaves the building, Sam shows up in front of him. They both are happy to see each other, but Sam notices that his brother is indignant and injured. He asks Nathan who did this, to which Nathan responds that the boys were talking shit about them, so he fought with them. Sam tells him that he must remain calm because those boys' words will make no difference in their lives. After this, both of them try to flee from the orphanage. Sam has a plan, so they cross all the buildings and finally reach the road. There they find a bike which is tempting for them. At this point, Sam tells his brother that he is leaving alone and will come back for him in a couple of years. After listening to this, Nathan becomes annoyed because he does not expect his brother will leave him like this in this shitty place. Sam tries to calm him down and says that he is doing all this for their good. But Nathan wants to go with him, however Sam manages the situation by saying that he finds their mother's stuff. This is quite comforting news for Nathan, at least for the time being. After this happening, many years pass, and then Nathan appears in a place where he is fighting with Panamanian prisoners. Soon the fight is over and the authorities put back Nathan in jail. It is solitary confinement. But all these things do not bother him at all. The next day Vargas comes and takes him to the back side of the prison. It's an old rundown tower. It seems that Nathan and Vargas have a deal, but now Vargas wants a share in whatever Nathan is trying to find out. Vargas reads a 300 years text in front of Nathan and says to him that he wants his share in this. By these words, it seems that Nathan is searching for a treasure which is lost hundreds of years ago. Nathan tells him that the riches of paradise is just a metaphor, but Vargas is not going to believe him because he knew him well. Nathan insists that if he removes his handcuff, then he will go to the ruins, where he can look for treasure, and if he can find anything after passing so many years, he will give it to him. So Nathan begins his search in the tower ruins. As he is looking around in the tower, it appears that it is an old cell that belongs to pirate Henry Avery. But surprisingly, it is spotless, and it seems that this place has nothing hidden in it. However, Nathan finds a sculpture of Saint Dismas on a wall. He immediately hides it and makes his way back to Vargas. When Vargas asks Nathan about the place and what he finds there, Nathan tells him that he finds nothing. He says to him that somebody already takes everything from there. Nathan asks him to look at the record files in detail, maybe he can find any clue from there. Vargas agrees to do this and then again handcuff him. He takes him to the main ground where Sam is already present. Nathan tells him that he is right about the treasure, but Sam asks him to tell Rafe about this. Nathan does not want to do this as he believes that all these things belong to them and nobody else has a share in this treasure. But Sam convinces him by saying that they cannot do anything without Rafe and Vargas. In the meantime, Rafe comes and Nathan takes them to an isolated place so that he can show them what he finds in the tower. They examine the cross, and it is astonishing that the cross is hollow and contains nothing, which means that it is not an original piece. But they try to figure out what the inscription says. It says that there is a cathedral in Scotland where they can find the next clue. However, as they are leaving, some other prisoners attack them, and in no time fight starts between them. But Vargas reaches the spot and ends this fight. He also takes the sculpture with him. Then he takes them to his office where he again negotiates about his share in the treasure. Rafe convinces him that they will give him 25% of whatever they find. But in the meantime, Rafe attacks Vargas and kills him on the spot. Soon the other guards reach there, so they try to escape. While doing this, Sam tries to jump from a building, during which he gets injured by a bullet. Nathan tries to grab him, but he fell. Nathan is in absolute panic when he sees this, but Rafe tells him that boats are near and he has to let go of his brother, otherwise he will be dead too. Rafe makes him believe that there is no hope for his brother, so Nathan leaves the place and jumps into the water. After this incident, many years passed and Nathan starts working for a salvaging company that plunders in the city's river and looks for extravagant treasures. Like everyday dive, when Nathan finishes his work, his boss Jameson approaches and offers him a job in Malaysia. But he won't have a legal permit to do so, and Nathan wants to live a danger-free life, so he refuses. He is happy in his life as he is settled now with Elena. Afterward, Nathan reaches back home where Elena is busy with her work. Both of them start talking about their projects at the dinner table, but Nathan seems to be distracted when he looks at the painting of tropical paradise. Elena asks him where he is lost, but he says that it's nothing. He is here with her. Elena is working as a journalist, but she is not happy with the assignments that her boss gives her, as she wants to cover the global stories, so she asks Nathan to accept the job in Malaysia. Although Nathan again refuses it. After this conversation, Nathan wants family time, so they play a video game on TV. It is an enjoyable and romantic time for both of them. The next day, when Nathan is working on a few files for the salvaging company, he heard a knock on the door. As he opens the door, he is astonished to see his long-lost brother Sam at door. Nathan asks him how he survives because he had seen him dead at the Panamanian prison. Sam tells him that he receives medical aid, and then they throw him back in prison because he was accused of Vargas's murder. But then a drug dealer named Hector Alcazar came and helped him in getting out from there. He does this because Sam tells him about the treasure hunt. Now Alcazar wants that treasure, otherwise he will kill him. He has given him the time of 3 months to find that treasure. After listening to all this, Nathan tries to calm down his brother and asks him to come to dinner so that he can meet with Elena, but Sam says that he needs his help in finding the treasure, otherwise he will lose him once again. But Nathan tells him that after the Panamanian prison escape, he and Rafe spent many years in search of that treasure. They also went to Scotland, but they did not find anything. Sam disagrees with him by saying the treasure is not in Scotland. He finds a new lead in the black market that there is another cross that is not hollow. Sam also tells him that he cannot trust anyone in this matter, so Nathan is his only option. In the meantime, he gets a call from Elena, which he answers and tells her that he is now convinced to take the job in Malaysia. After this, Sam and Nathan reach Italy in search of the cross. They are keeping an eye on the mansion where an auction is arranged. The wealthiest and the most corrupt people are going to take part in this auction. They are waiting for the signal from Sully, who is Nathan's friend. However, Sam does not trust Sully, but Nathan assures him that he will provide great help. When they reach the mansion's storage room, they get to know that Cross has already moved to the showcase floor, so now they have to adopt Plan B. After passing from the madness of this heist, the team finally finds a map and letter pointing to Avery's grave at St. Dismas Cathedral in Scotland. So the team makes their way to Scotland. After reaching Scotland, Nathan and Sam decide that they will go after the grave so that they can find more clues about the treasure. Sully waits in the airplane as a backup in case of need. During their journey, they have to fight with shoreline thugs, but they soon reach the cemetery. After looking for a while, they find a hidden door that leads them to a cave. There they have to pass several trials to prove themselves worthy of treasure. There are many deadly traps to keep away thieves, and they also find out that Nadine and Rafe are after this treasure. But Nathan and Sam continue their journey. Soon they reach a large room with a scale holding a jeweled cross on one side and a handful of coins on the other. They quickly realize that this is the test of their greed, so they wisely pick up only one coin. After this, a map reveals on the floor. It is pointing towards Kings Bay, which is an old pirate haven. However, Nadine reaches there and tries to call Rafe so that they can deal with these brothers. But both the brothers trick her and leaves the place. Now Nathan, Sully, and Sam reach Madagascar by following the map. While traveling, their jeep reaches a place where there are 12 towers, each of them representing a famed pirate captain, but they narrow down their search and decide to look for only 2 towers so that they can find the rest clues. So Nathan and Sully go towards one tower and Sam goes towards the other. Nathan and Sully soon find a tower, but now there is another puzzle. Nathan sends its picture to Sam, who is better at pirates history. But unfortunately, Rafe is behind them and tracking their phone. As they get to know about Rafe's plane, they quickly escape from there. However, as they reach the motel, Elena shows up there. She asks Nathan why he does not tell her about everything. Ethan is disturbed by this happening, but he just wants to save his brother. However, they continue their hunt and reach the pristine island paradise. They are astonished because it is smaller than their imagination. Upon finding a giant statue of Henry Avery, Nathan climbs on it to see what the statue's telescope is pointing towards. From this, they figure out where the actual Libertalia is located at. But unfortunately, Rafe has already reached there. At this point, the weather gets worse, so Nathan and Sam face difficulty in finding the correct location of the island. After this, a flashback appears in which both Nathan and Sam are looking through their mother's belongings. By reading them, they find out that their mother loves adventures and she is also in search of Captain Avery's treasure. While doing this, an old woman showed up there. She tells them how amazing their mother was and how she died due to an illness. She also handed them their mother's journals, which will help them in the future. Then they escape from the mansion and reach back to the orphanage. When the flashback is over, it appears that Nathan is telling all this to his wife Elena. After this, they move towards the main room in Avery's mansion. There are some clues left by Sam. By following these, they escape through the traps. There are tunnels all around, which the pirates use to move their treasure. But both Elena and Nathan succeed in getting out from there. On the other side, Sam escapes from Rafe's trap and reaches back to his brother. Then they all together succeed in finding the treasure, but Rafe also showed up there. Sam and Rafe have an end-to-end fight, but during this, a beam fell on Sam. Sam asks Nathan to go away and leave him alone because all he wants is to find the treasure with his brother. But at the same time, Nathan gets an idea that helps him in getting out his brother. Finally, they all leave from the island. In the end, a young girl appears as Nathan's and Elena's daughter. One day she searches for her parents' belongings and finds out about their adventurous life. When she asks them, both of them again hide it from her so that they can give her a normal life. But when she insists, Nathan tells her about his crazy sailing stories. The game ends here. Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, then please consider liking our video and subscribing to our channel. We will see you in the next one.